Hello, everyone. My name's Kevin Anderson, clinical education specialist here at Healthmark, a Getting a company. And I wanted to do another quick tips for the sterile processing department video for you. This one having to do with washer disinfector gasket inspection. So maybe you've heard of this, maybe you haven't. Um, uh, Either way, I hope that you find this video really helpful. So the first thing we need to know is, what are we talking about when we talk about washer disinfector gaskets? All right, so here's just a picture of three different models for you. This one, it's a little bit far away, but you can kind of see that white line here. That is, in this model, that is the gasket. Of course, it goes all the way around. It's just the angle of the picture. You can't see the whole gasket, but that white line is the gasket in that model. In this middle one, we have a black sort of structure here that goes all the way around, and it gets a little hidden down here. But that black piece is the washer gasket. And then finally, in this model, you have a blue one where you can kind of see it really well on the sides, but on the top and bottom, it gets hidden. So in order to see the rest of the gasket, you may have to get really close up and looks intentionally all the way around to check on the washer gasket. All right, so you may have a problem with a washer gasket if you walk into decontam or if you walk into the assembly area and you're stepping in puddles like this. All right, that's exactly what the case was in this very department. We walked into decontam, there's just water everywhere. Not a good sign, right? And we take a look at the washer that's in operation at the time, and after it was finished, after the cycle was finished, we found this defect in the washer gasket. You can see it's kind of folded here and it's warped here, and this is all like damaged or melted here. There's all kinds of problems with this gasket. And of course, it's at the bottom of the washer, so gravity's just pulling water out of this cycle. Um, all while it's in operation. It's not a good thing. So you have even detergent in that water, so it could be really slippery. Lots of potential problems with this. So definitely be on the lookout for your washer gasket. Here are some other defects. It might just be little cracks like this. It might be a little folded or bent here. There's a little crack here. Uh, what's really important is that in order to identify any damage or problems, that you understand what a normal one looks like. And this is a section of gasket that looks perfectly normal. It might have some little wear and tear. It's not a brand new gasket by any means, but it is a normal looking gasket. And for it to be perfect, it would have to look like this all the way around, which of course I'm only visualizing part of it here, but you would expect it to look like that all the way around and on the decontam side as well as the clean side. So hopefully this will help you to know how to take action. That's ultimately what we need to be able to do. And one of the easiest action steps you can do is simply to inspect that washer gasket at least once a day. All right. It would be very easy if your assignment is that day in decontam. Before you get to decontam, check on the assembly side, all the gaskets. Then you can go around to decontam and you can check that. Most likely, you have somebody who's maybe doing the daily tests on the washer disinfector. They could easily add this to a checklist of things to check. You might be checking spray arms. You're probably checking the filters. This would be a very easy thing to add to that checklist that could be done at least daily. I would recommend, if you're the one responsible for loading the washer disinfector, that you actually take a moment to check the gaskets yourself. So that could be every shift in most facilities, right? Because most facilities have 3 shifts. I would be checking it because it's so easy to check, very quick to check. And then additionally, we should be documenting that check. So if you find any problems, document it, maybe put a call in for service as needed, and then decide between you and your leadership, what do we do when we find that gasket, other than documenting it, other than calling in service, Do we continue to use the washer disinfector, or do we take it out of service until it's fixed? All right. And that may depend on the variables at your facility. Maybe it's the only washer, and getting some sort of washer running is better than nothing. However, if you have water falling all the way out onto the floor, your washer disinfector may not be operating optimally anyway, and it may not do you any good. And additionally, add some safety, potential safety concerns for your staff with water all over the floor. So it might be a good idea to just take it out of service if you can and wait till it's repaired. I hope that helps bring some attention to this sort of overlooked piece of the washer disinfector. Now, I hope you feel empowered to go and check it out and have an idea of what a normal one looks like. If you don't, make sure to take pictures of them and share them with others, put them in your training materials, especially after they've been repaired or after brand new ones have been installed. And then that way, at least you have an idea of what the baseline looks like. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this latest installment of the Quick Tips. If you have, please remember to subscribe and share these so that others may benefit as well. Thanks again.